We're back. We're back. It is live. It is live.
Back.
Coach Carter in the house. Run tell that. Bam. Yo, I gotta say this to y'all. This is a special show. You know, I always tell you this is a special show. This special show right here. This is something I said to Coach Carter. This was needed in Savannah, but you see it happening in Savannah right now. This has been needed in Savannah. I'm gonna say, probably since the 1970s.
Oh!
So we talking about like 5 decades. That's not too full, but there's 5 decades. What we see happening in Savannah, Chatham County, Georgia right now. I would say in the coastal areas. I was in the coastal area of Georgia. 6 counties. We needed this for 5 decades. And what is this run telling about? It's about Coach Sam Carter, the factory 2717, iron sharpening iron, because they're making some things happen. So Coach Carter, I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there to you. I'm going to throw it on out there.
It's an interview. It's reverse. It's an interview from Dr. Jabbar. I said, Doc, we're going to do this. We're going to do that. Doc, I got something else. Go ahead, Doc. Go ahead. Throw it out there, Doc. Throw it out there. I'm
going to say, Coach Carter, a historical moment occurred last year that most people don't know anything about. See, I was going to say, I ain't had know nothing about it. Coach Carter knows about it. A historical moment that occurred on a Saturday afternoon that's tied to Savannah, Georgia, that nobody know about. And I got to say, this is an exclusive for Run Town Day, Coach Sam Carter. Go ahead, Coach Sam Carter.
So, the Lord helped me and my family, my wife, and my kids, and my friends and family have been encouraging me, Coach. You got to, do your thing. Start the thing. So I've always trained people, So I was blessed to start 2717 Iron Sharpens Iron, right? After Proverbs 2717. And so what happened is I train these athletes, and they go off to college. And I train these athletes, they go off to college, some go to college, and some go pro. And it's, it's been a conveyor of 5 years, but I've always trained before that. Well, there was an instance last year on TV. We leave here, we train on Saturday morning on TV. That Coach Rob DeLoach called me and he said, Coach, right now on TV, 5 guys that come out of 2717 are on TV like right now. They are on TV, like you turn to ESPN, turn to ABC, turn to CBS. 5 different guys from Savannah were on the TV screen at the same time. And it was amazing. There was only one problem.
Okay.
There was only one problem. I was excited.
Yes, sir.
Because Rob was excited. We called the boys in the gym excited, called the girls excited, called mamas. Dr. Jabbar found out. Everyone excited except for the media and TV in Savannah. They know nothing about it. They was excited. to a point to where we looked at the news and we were like, well, maybe somebody in the sportscast caught it. Maybe. At the same time, 5 guys from Savannah on TV, national TV, ESPN, ABC, CBS, ESPN2, ESPN, so all on TV at the same time. We excited? Nothing. Zero. Quiet. Zip. So Coach Rob, he just go off. He calls the sports page. He even texts them and he said, they were like, oh, they missed it, all that like that. But they weren't paying attention because I can remember. Go ahead. They were covering a guy who played at BC, who was a walk-on or a grazer at Georgia Tech, kicker. And he got major coverage. So we had Eric from BC at Tulane. He was on no coverage. King, Caleb, Winston, no coverage. I mean, and so what we figured out is, if you're gonna do it, you just got to do it. You can't stand on the corners and like, look at me, look at me, look at me. And so we're here. We push, we do it. Now that worked both ways because a lot of times they want to come in and interview and everything and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, no, because we don't do it for the interview. We don't do it for the praise. We do it for one, the glory of God, and two, for these young people here, these young men and young ladies. They know the charge is not to be bigger, faster, strong, and run. The charge is to be successful, to help your people in your community. But in Savannah, if you can believe it, 5 athletes at the same time from Savannah, Georgia, were on TV playing at the same time. It was incredible. And I was just like, and Coach Rob DeLoach called me and let me know. And when but I knew it was something because I remember like 2 or 3. I said, well, they would play because we run home and see them play. We work out on Saturday morning, and then all right, such on. But just like these kids this year, we sending them off to school this year, and then next year we said there is a thing that he said in this community that the only thing I do is send kids to college. That's all right. Okay. And that's all right. That's all right with me. Okay, that's all right. So that's what happened, and it put a fire underneath. I already had the fire, but it's just a thing that we talk about, and it's documented. And I can find the date, but it's documented. But it just puts a fire, and we let them know that you can't do it for like, look at me. You do it for the glory of God. You do it for the people to help others. You are blessed to be a blessing to others. And if somebody pat you on the back or somebody kick you in the butt, my granddaddy Val Davis has always told me the difference between a pat on the back and a kick in the butt is nothing about 3 or 4 feet. That's it. Take it even. So if they cover you or don't cover you, fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do the best I can to be successful. So whenever community I'm in, I can help my community. That's it.
So that's a lot. And that's a lot. And I'm going to tell you why this is a lot. For those of you who are checking out this segment of Ron Tell That, and we're going to say that everyone share. Because I now got to share this with you, Coach Carter. That is a historical moment. Probably I have to go and say, and this is based on just me running stuff through my head, never in the history of Chatham County, Georgia, have we had 5 people from here on television, let me go say it, national television at the same time.
Yeah, for good.
I want to good. But now I just want to say, tell me, anyone out there, any researchers to tell me what have we had experience when we had 5 people from this county right here, from Chatham County, that have been on national television at the same time. 5 different individuals. We're not talking about, say, one news account that's been syndicated in other stations. We're talking about 5 different individuals on television right now. Savannah. That's marketing for Savannah. That's right. That's our culture for Chatham County. That's us now. Those of you who are parents, grandparents, guardians, uncles, aunts, cousins, for some of these young men who are on television, guess what? They made history.
That's it.
That's family history right there. That's our community, our communal history right there. And guess what? People slept on it. But they didn't sleep on it.
No, we didn't sleep on it.
They didn't sleep on it. That goes to see what we got to do. And so again, now I throw it out there. To the private schools and the public schools, that is a testimony also. That's something that you all can tout with regards to your own schools.
That's right.
That's what I'm saying. That's why we're doing this interview right here with Coach Carr. That we ain't gonna do some other stuff. We're gonna get some other stuff. Other segments coming up next month. But guess what? This right here, I want y'all to understand. This is what we needed 5 decades ago.
Yes.
So we got it right now. Imagine we had this 5 decades ago. Where would we be? People talk about Florida. People talk about Texas. Guess what? People look at right here. It's what's occurring. That's what's Coach Carter. Again, I gotta let you know. That's a historical moment. That again, I say a feat that has never been accomplished here yet.
No.
Never been accomplished. We gotta tout that. We gotta put that out there. As you said, we give the glory to the Most High.
Right.
So now, Coach Carter, how did you get started with this?
Well, here's the story. So, Dr. Jamal said, I'm thinking, I'm like, I'm going to go and we can do it this. And let's talk about that lift. And let's talk about slide and filming. And let's talk about muscle fatigue. And he said, nope. He said, I see what you do with these young men. I like inviting Dr. Jamal to the workouts with the different groups, and I let him pick. But I like, you want this group, you want that group, and he visits the group and works out with them. And the thing is, he sees like, man, we got to talk about this instead of the workout stuff, but talk about how you do and what you do. And so, with that being said, how I started was when I knew years ago that the Lord blesses us with talent. He gives us all the talent, but he blesses us with talent. And I know where I'm good at. And so when I was a trainer, when I was a coach at Savannah High, then I left there and went to SCAD, I always connected with the young people. I always connected with young people, with training them. And this is something I love to do. And so I've always had them in Savannah, 1 or 2. And my wife and family, Sam, you open your own place. Sam, you open your own place. Sam, you open up your own place. Sam, you open up your own place. You do it for somebody else. It's just like, look, you do it for somebody else, you do it for yourself. You do it for somebody else, you do it for yourself. You do it for somebody else. And so that's what I did. I'm making a long story short, but that's what I did. I opened up my place, and then I started with one. I started with one kid. All right, my son, Samuel Jones, because you're going to start a business, and I had to start with you. You're the closest thing. So me and him, we came in, he helped me with this gym, put together my wife, my daughters. And I started with 1. And then 1, you get 4, and 4, you get 10, and it has grown, and it's a blessing. And so what happened was you begin to bring in people around in the community. And there was a young man by the name of Coach Rob DeLoach. And he came by because I'd already known him. And the thing is, I coached his son when I was his brother that he helped raise at Savannah High. And so he came by and he saw me training in here. I knew him from the Y, and he saw me training in here. So he brought his son Keelan. All right, and so from Keelan, and then we got more of his friends and more they started following. But the thing is, I don't advertise, I don't put signs up, because in here at 2717, it's Iron Sharpens Iron. We really want kids to be better, or who want to be better. And so we tell parents, if you want to be better, then they're here. Now, but you got to be able to ball play. You got to be a ball player. You got to be able to play. Because we take kids who are really good players and make them better. We're just not conducive and not big enough yet to take just any and everyone. And that's the hardest thing. And so the knock on me is, I only want the better kids. And so what I tell them is, well, if you at your job and you worked it, who would you want to work with? And so there is sometimes a mechanism when we just take a kid and we work with them. But what we do is iron sharpens iron. The better kids that want to work. You might not be the most talented kid, but are they willing to do the work? Because it's a lot of work to get to a lot of work, because I know how I am. I am just relentless in my pursuit of you being better. Dr. Jamal will tell you. Dr. Jamal was doing those tricep plank push-ups. Them triceps are sore yesterday. And we add just pursuit of just getting better. Chase being better, 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 good, better, best. Never let it rest. And so good is my better, and better is my best. And so we got started, and the kids come in, and the point I want to make the parents, because every parent that comes in here with a child, we sit down on a Sunday, every one of them, and they get an hour of this, me talking. And I tell them that everyone, I ask them one, do you want to be better? And they say yes, and they say yes. So at this point forward, we treat you like a professional. We treat you better. You got to act better. You got to live better. You got to do your homework better. You got to clean up around the house better. You got to be a better student. You got to be a better son. You got to be a better daughter. You got to be a better. Because if you're not better, then then this is our place. Because success leaves footprints, and everybody you see successful, they become better in what they do. And every day you should be like, I want to be better. I'm looking to be better. How can this make me better? Does this make me better? And so that's what we push, and that's why I do it. And so that's how I got started from the beginning. And we push, we go, and we have kids and parents come in, and we change lives. But we change lives not because they work it out, lift the weights, and being running, being bigger, faster, stronger. We change lives because they want to be better. Because there's really only one way you can get somebody to do something. One way. Now, other people think you can trick them. No. Other people think you can fool them. No. Other people think you can bribe them. No. The true one way is you got to convince them that they want to do it. And once they want to do it, look, I'm just along for the ride. That's it. That's it. So we get better. So that's what we do here. That's what we do here. We make good better.
Just to throw it out there to y'all again, I'm going to tell that family, this show is dedicated to one, Ahmad O'Neal and Colin Holden.
Yes.
So this is the deal. These are some young people, young college athletes also here, and so we usually train with them. We're part of the same group. Colin is now, he's going to
quarterback Colin.
Ahmad's going to be special forces. But what happens is that when they leave, Coach Carter now come a new stuff for me to do. So it's dedicated to them. Because them jokers like that, you leave me with Coach Carter, he come a new stuff for me to do, and I can get the feeling like plank push-up. I had never knew about that. And he showed me and told me yesterday what to do. And guess what? This morning I woke up and I'm like, Coach Carter. I'm like feeling it, Coach Carter. I'm feeling the abs, Coach Carter. I'm just saying,
Dr. Jamal, my whole point, Dr. Jamal, this spring coming up, Dr. Jamal, abs, six-pack, right here. Watch it. Dr. Jamal, he was like, I was like, my goal, Dr. Jamal, he gonna let the shirt off, wham. Watch it, Barry, watch what happens. Put bank on it. Dr. Jamal, on Run Tell That, we gonna go, coming up, in the middle of spring, shirt up, you gonna see, bam, 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 bam. Banking.
I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah.
That is not what this.
That's what this. Look, right now, people. I'm going to. This is an aside. People like they got the spring and the summer, June coming up. They going on vacation. School get out at the end of May. Coach going on vacation. They start working out in April, May. Too late. If you want to get ready for summer, you got to do it now. Like January, February, March. That's when you get all the muscle. And then with Dr. Jamal at the end of March, April, we start cutting it down, tightening it up. So therefore, Dr. Jamal, May, school get out, graduation at Georgia Southern / Savannah State, and then bam, Dr. Jamal with his shirt off.
This ain't what I was expecting. All right. So Coach Carter has a philosophy also, and something when I heard this, it impressed me. This was back in 2020 when you had to say this to someone. It's this concept of can't.
Yes,
can't.
Yes, yeah. So in here, if we the guys training, right, and we challenge them to do something. I know because I keep all their records. I know because I keep the records in the book right here behind me. I have books and logs and this is teal is the color this year. We had white last year and the year before that. They got tea on we got notebooks on the shelf up there. But I keep this is, since I keep the log of what they do, and I put notes in of what we have and what we do. And so I know roughly about what they can do. And so when I ask them to do something and they say can't, like, whoa, we stop the show. We stop the show. It's like, because if you tell yourself can't, the world already telling you what you can't do. The world already telling you, yeah, you can't make it. The world has told, hey, preacher from Atlanta, you can't go out there and lead these young people and walk across this bridge. Don't you know they're gonna put them dogs and water on you? Hey, young man from Washington State, the first computer is 4 tons. You want to put a computer in everybody's house? You can't do that. Where you do that? Hey, young man who has a symbol in his company that's the apple that's split off, that's ridiculous. You can't put a computer on the phone. If people aren't talking, they don't take pictures and cameras on their phone. The world gonna tell you you can't. The world gonna tell you you can't. I like to give an analogy. When I'm talking to the young people, I say, have you ever seen American Idol? And they were like, yes. I said, what is American Idol? It's like, well, there's a person standing on stage, and there are 3 judges, and they judge the person if they sing. And I was like, yes. And then the judges will tell you, you go to California, you get your gold star, or no, you can't go. I said, okay, good. All right. So describe the people that win. And they were like, well, they stand up there on stage and they sing a song. I was like, all right, what about people that lose? Well, they always usually come out crazy. They look, hair crazy cut, they can't sing. I said, okay. I said, have you ever heard of the greatest pop artist of all time? And they was like, let's say, his name is Michael Jackson. Right. And I was like, the number 2 pop artist, his name is Elvis Presley. And I said, okay. I said, now, think about American Idol. Think about Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was known to have 1 glove, Jerry curl, tight high water pants. And his move was he walked backwards. The other guy was known to have pork chop hair. He wore a cape. And his move was his hips hunk the burning love. Now, think about them walking on stage at American Idol. Think about the 3 judges looking at them. A man with jerry curls, 1 glove, high waters, walking on backwards. Another man with pork chop, a cape in the hips. Would they go to Hollywood, or would they be laughed off stage? And it was like, oh, they'll be laughed off stage. That's right. But they're the greatest. And the reason why is because they didn't believe in the word can. They believe in can. I can put myself. And so therefore, I got 1 glove. Therefore, I'm gonna walk backwards. Therefore, I got high water pants. The world has to get used to me. Not me has to get used to them. If you're not hurting people, if you're not stealing from people, if you're not trying to frame people, if you're not trying to maliciously go after people, stab them in the back, and if you're doing what you doing what you do it. Do it. You stop breaking the law, you have to believe. Because if you don't believe in you and believe in yourself, who else will? And so therefore, when we challenge them in here and they say can't, +1. When they say they can't do it, +1. Try. I'm gonna do the best I can. I'm gonna do the best I can. And so that's what we tell them. I'm the best thing there is, and the only thing I got. I'm the best thing there is, and the only thing I got. And so therefore, the effort. Sometimes I know it may be a little bit much, but they're doing the best they can to get it. But when they say can't and shut down, they know, they just shake their head. And we get these young people to realize, just like Michael Jackson, just like Elvis Presley, just like Martin Luther King, just like Bill Gates, just like Jobs, just like people who have been forefront, out front. Oftentimes the people who are judging them never seen it before. And we know what happens when you have people who are afraid and never seen it before. Because people have the fear of heights, people have the fear of talking in front of people, but people also have the fear of the unknown. And we know when people are afraid, people fear something that they want to get rid of, or they want to kill it, and they fear. and they fear, and we see this in our society throughout history. We see that when people fear something, they fear instead of trying to learn it, different cultures, instead of trying to learn, people coming out of the fields and coming into the classroom, instead of trying to learn from each other, we'll steal it. We'll steal the way we cook, we'll steal the culture, we'll steal the way they talk, we'll steal it, but we want to simulate them into our thing. We'll steal it, and our children are like them, but we won't put them with us, but we'll steal the way, we'll steal their style, we'll steal their fashion, we'll steal the way, we'll steal it, because it's fear. Fear is the drive. And so what we do is, we try to, don't say can't, don't be afraid, you can do it. And so that's what we push, don't say can't, don't be afraid, you can do it. And so we push it forward. Once they get that can't out of their system, you see. And here's the thing, for my son and these kids, I don't use weight belts. Dr. Jamal, I don't use weight belts, I don't use straps, I don't use a lot of stuff because they don't know any better. And just like a weight belt is a weight belt that I use. Because when I first started working out, the person who showed me used a weight belt. All right, and now I am addicted to weight belts. I have to use a weight belt. And so it keeps your core stabilized and strong so you be able to do more weight. That's what you believe. That's what you believe. That's what you believe in your head. The fact that I don't give them a weight belt. They don't know anything about weight belts. So we have kids that squat 100, 200, 300, no weight belts. And they're fine because I don't introduce that hook to them. I don't introduce that there is an out. They don't know this is an out. They don't know. Because if you don't give them an out and you just make them go forward and they don't have an out and they'll look for kid, but if they don't have an out, they'll go forward. They don't know any better. Dr. Jamal works out with kids 18, 19, 16, 15. He don't know any better. He's just like, I don't know. Am I supposed to be doing that? I don't know, 300 pounds. I don't know. So I just do it. Don't give them out. There is a time that we're in here. We have kids putting that kind of weight. We have a young man who is 130 pounds, and he's squatting 250, 260, double his weight. He don't know that double his weight is off the chart. He don't know at the age of 50. And I don't tell him, Calvin, I don't tell him, just keep going. I don't tell him, who am I to limit them? Who am I to limit the next Michael Jackson? Who am I to limit the next Elvis Presley? Who am I to limit the next Martin Luther King? Who am I? So they were like, Coach, how much can I do? Well, how much you feel? Let's go. Let's see. And so no can't. That's the short story. No can't. Because oftentimes when you limit yourself, you don't know your potential. Just try it to see where we are.
And some of y'all know Calvin's daddy. Let y'all know. Some of y'all out there, I ain't talking about. Some of y'all know Calvin's daddy. He's always a good brother that y'all know his daddy. Just let y'all know that. So yeah. See, so some other parents y'all know too, who send their young people right here, 2717. And the thing that's also impressive about 2717, about what Coach Carter said, some of y'all may not understand it. He also makes sure that academically they're on top of it. You heard he also said, because I've been in here when he said, you up playing the game. How long are you playing the game? They're like, 2 o'clock. I can tell. So he's on them also saying, like, hey, listen, wait a minute. He's not only looking at them with regard to that physical being, but also that mental, that emotional being, also that development. So Coach Carter, I'll let you share some of that.
So this is what we do with academics. We tell them, and they know, they understand that there's something that always be weak, something that always be weak. And they'll say strong. Strong beats weak. That's right. Strong beat weak. Strong beat weak. A weak person, a strong person me, then that strong person gonna get that weak person. But then there's something that beats strong. They're like, what? They're like, what? Smart. That's right, smart. Smart beats strong. Smart beats strong. Smart beats strong. Strong beats weak. Smart beats strong. For every one athletic scholarship, for every one athletic scholarship going to college, there are 77 academics. Your opportunity to go to college academically, we tell them in the beginning, is much, much greater than going to athletics. We like smart. We like kids that get bright. Now remember now, smart and bright are not just I'm just some savant and I was born to have an IQ. Smart and bright is I know how to sit in front of the class. I know how to talk. I know how to communicate with the teacher. Your eligibility is not left up to the state of Georgia. Your eligibility is not left up to the school system, Chatham County, or whatever school system you're in. Your eligibility is left up to the 6 teachers that teach you. The 6 teachers that teach you. And if you are an outstanding human being to the 6 teachers that teach you, you're going to make it. You're going to pass. I didn't say nothing about how smart you are. I didn't say nothing about your IQ. Those teachers, I was a teacher. Doc is a teacher. If you got a student who is working and doing the best they can, you're going to help them. You are going to help them. So what we do is we get them indoctrinated from the beginning. Yeah, the Lord blesses us with talent. Some kids are just brighter. We have Micah. He is bright. Over 4.0 grade point average. Micah is bright. Micah going on any college team because, he going for free because academics. And so therefore, what we do is we get kids to understand how important it is to be a student and to be a learner, a lifelong learner. You may not make all A's, that's right. But if the teacher and the people around you who are trying to help you see that you really, really, really are trying to help them, they're going to help you pass. You're going to pass. And so for here, what we push is we don't check grades, that's the parent job. We don't check where they sit, that's the parent's job. But they know that it's important, and it's important that they are bright, smart kids. And that not necessarily mean making all A's. What that means is you are a lifelong learner. I'm willing to learn. Coach, the same effort I make in catching footballs and running footballs and shooting free throws and hitting baseball is the same effort I want in class. It's the same effort. It's the same effort. The same effort you do in practice of free throws, the same effort you do in practicing your math. The same effort you do is hitting the baseball, the same effort you do is hitting the books. It's the same effort. It's the same effort. And so what we push to them is this. If you can be great in the classroom, if you can be great in the fields, you're going to go to college. And not only going to college, you're going to college for free. You're going to college for free because you're a ball player and do your work. I talk to many colleges about these athletes. And over and over, they're like, good grades. It's like, Coach, only thing y'all do is put them to college. I was like, that's right. That's right. And so that's our mission, making good grades. And again, parents, good grades do not necessarily mean they make all A's. Good grades do not necessarily mean they make all B's. Good grades mean they are putting the same effort they putting in to that football is the same effort they putting in to that class. And I got kids in here who good grades got C's. But you know what? That's the best. They're giving everything they got, and the teachers know they're doing everything they have. And so that's what it is. And so we don't use excuses as well because I'm a jock. I can't do this. No can't. We want both. We want you to be a ball player and you get your work, good grades. You make the grades together and they intertwine so they get the connection. There's no separation of the two. You can have 2 in 1. You can have a really, really good student and a really, really good athlete. And so we push that. And so me as a teacher, because I'm so pushing academics and learning and being a lifelong learner, when they get those plus ones where they have to run, they know that they could get the credit taken off academically. I'll come up with some kind of academic question. I'll come up with some type of academic. And they'll come in with some type of academic, some type of event, some type of history stuff, and then they can share it with the group. They get a credit. They can share it with the group. We take it off. And something Doc has witnessed it. You have these young men standing up talking about, not just civil rights, but math and history and science and social studies. Ball players, 6'2", 6'3", 300 pounds, get recruited, talking about academics. Get them engaged and being alive and loving to learn. So I challenge them, and I challenge you. I challenge Doc, Rob. I challenge everyone, and I do myself. Every night before you go to sleep, take 5 to 10 minutes and learn something new about something. Every night, and they know he's gonna tell you every night. So I said, what you learned last night? And they got to be ready. Learn something new about something. learn something about a different culture, about different people, about you always want people to understand. You always want people to understand. You always want people to understand. We want them to understand. You want to be understood. So you want to be understood. Forget understanding. We want them to always understand. You want to be understood. You want to be understood. I got it. Forget understanding. And so what we want them tonight at night, before they go to sleep on their phone, everything, understand somebody else. Understand something else. And so I'll ask you, what'd you learn? Tell us something you learned. Stand up and tell us something you learned. Stand up and tell us something you learned. Stand up straight, speak loud, clear. Tell me something you learned. All of them, they know, man, you gotta have something to learn. Because he's gonna ask you something you learned. And so and get them in the mindset of, because they are talented kids athletically. Get them in the mindset of, I'm also talented academically. And that's what we push. The two, and both of them, they work together.
All right, Coach Carter, it's been a pleasure, and we're going to let you close out with what your vision is for these young men and young ladies who come to 27-17 once they finish college. We're going to close out that way right there, because I heard you say some stuff to them that I thought was also powerful and important for you all, because that's why we do Run, Tell That, and do a second with Coach Carter, because again, it's something he talked about, and he fulfills it, he lives it.
I want them, they know the most important thing. I want them to be able to not only vote in the voting process when they get out and be successful, so they can come back. When you're getting on a plane and everybody sitting on the plane, my favorite part, my wife is sitting there, and then they have the person comes up and they talk about the seat. The plane about to get there, and says, sometimes the closest exit is behind you. So you know, oh, there it is right there. And then they say my favorite part right here. They say, in the event of a loss in cabin pressure, what happens? Face mask come down. And what do they say then? Put yours on first. Put yours on first. You gotta get your own face mask on first. Everybody you want to go help, put your face mask not on. So when I tell them, you go here, you go to college, you be successful, go get your face mask on. Get your face mask on. So when you get your face mask on, it's much better that you can help. You want to do something for your community and your society? Get your face mask on. You want to do something for your people? Put your face mask on. You want to do something for your church? Put your face mask on. The greatest thing you can do for your family? Put your face mask on. The greatest thing you can do for your friends? Put your face mask on. Put your face mask on. You can't help nobody until you put your face mask. You want to help people? Put your face mask on first. And so therefore, when in the NFL and all the teams, and they sit around the table and they making rules and all that kind of stuff. There was one young man who played years ago for one of those owners who took a knee. He took a knee. Well, and all those rules and all those owners decided, we don't want him anymore in our league. We don't want him anymore in our league because he took a knee. Because he took a knee because he don't like the military? No, he took a knee. So the social injustice and what the police brutality are doing to the people, they have the same color. But guess what? When we talk about the same color, there's nobody around that table with that color. So therefore, there's nobody, I don't understand what he's talking about. But if we had somebody who had their face mask on, who was successful enough to own the team and they sitting around that table, come on now, start preaching. Now, if we had somebody who could sit around that table, guess what would happen? When he took a knee, and all the owners said, no, I don't want it. He said, well, I know what he's talking about. Because I too was, he come play for me. Yeah, see, when you put your own face mask on, first, you success, then you own the script. You own the store. So when a person comes in with a fake $20 bill,
I'm about to change my lecture for the day right now. That's what he's saying. That's why I got
when a person comes in with a fake $20 bill, and you're like, and you're there, now you own it with your face mask. That's your building, that's your store, all these of our stores. You say, look, George, that's why Keep coming up here with these fake 20s. Give me this. What's going on? I have some issues in the past. I'm dealing with family issues. I'm dealing with this. Can you help me out? Yes. Here, put this apron on. I'm sleeping and mopping. You come help me sweep and mop. Put you on the payroll. You earn some money. You have to keep pushing these fake 20s. We don't have to keep pushing the fake 20s when you own it. But see, when somebody else owns it, the say-so is, now when the police come, you don't recognize, take him out. And you standing there owning it like, and you looking the other way. Put your face mask on first. And so that's what we tell them. Get your face mask on first. When they leave here, keep putting your face mask on. And then once your face mask comes on, then you can come back to your community. And then you can truly help, truly do. Now, there's nothing wrong with your presence of marching. Alicia, nothing wrong with the boots on the ground. Nothing. Yes. But while we working boots, own something. Own the business. Own the property. Own the house you live on. Have say-so. Sit on city council. Sit on county commission. Sit on a state seat. Have say-so. Mask on. Say-so. And that's what we talk about. So we encourage them here. Don't just take what they say. Have say-so. Have say-so. Start your own business. Do your own thing. And if they know it, I push that. I preach that. Have say-so. And the only way you can get say-so, you got to own stuff. Your name got to be on it. That's your property. You register it. That's your label. That's yours. That's mine. That's mine. So I got to say so. And so that's what we challenge them to do. It may not be, they may be a football player, but it may not be in football. Basketball player, it may not be in basketball. Whatever it is, have say so. Put your name on it. Have say so. And so therefore, when you're sitting around the table, he can come play with me. Therefore, when the store is open, he can come work for me. We work together. We work together. Have say so.
Powerful. That's what I'm saying. I'm dealing with inequalities. That's what my first class, inequalities. And I already got some other stuff lined up to talk about, people who got killed in Brunswick, Georgia. Y'all thinking about Ahmaud. Now, prior to 2010, there was someone got killed in Brunswick, Georgia. Zach Lyde was the one advocating against that. And so, but now he said something, and I got to get into this with regards to my class, and it was about who sits at the table.
That's it.
Who sits at the table will decide what will happen to you, your present, and your future. So that's why it's like, I got hit up with who sits at the table. That's what Coach Carter does. And see, that's what iron sharpens iron. So now I already have my game plan, but he do some nonsense. So again, I was like, okay, I think I set it up.
Got to get at that table.
That is power. And so
if you're not at the table, you are on.
Woo!
The menu. Woo! If you're not at the table, I can tell you what I'm having. You're on the menu. If you're not at the table, you're on the menu. If you're not sitting at the table, you are on the menu. Get at the table. Whatever you have, if you thinking about starting a business, start. I started this 5 years ago. My wife, Keisha Gibson Carter, encouraged me to start this thing 10, 12 years ago. All right? So the best time for me to start it was 10, 12 years ago. But you know what the second best time for me to start it was? 5 years ago when I started it. That's it. That's it. The best time for you to live out your dream was the first time you thought about it. But the second best time for you to do it is right now. You all out there, you got dreams, and you thinking about you sitting on it, and you want to. In the nursing homes and retirement homes, they go to people and they ask them. They say, hey, at the end of life, they're like, what you do? What you do? Always one of the things they always say in their top 2 or 3 things is, I should have did this. I should have started this. I should. Go ahead and start. Go ahead and start. And yeah, it's scary. Yes, it is. Yes, it's hard. Yes, it is. But it wouldn't be worth it. It wouldn't be worth it if somebody just give it to you. It wouldn't be worth it. And if we can do it, if I can do it, you can do it. Doc can do it, you can do it. There's nothing special about us. The only thing is we just surround ourselves with iron something. Look, if you got a circle of friends and you're doing the same circle of friends and your circle of friends and you are the average of those circle of friends and all y'all are just sitting around and you're not pushing and you're not doing the community and you're not helping others and you're not pushing forward, the circle of friends, me, my phone, no more, there's not more circle of friends. You're in a cage. You ain't in no circle of friends. You are in a cage. You're not in a circle of, come on. You're not in a circle of friends. You're in a cage. If your friend's not challenging you enough to push you enough to go forward, if your friend's not pushing you enough to do it, these are not circle of friends. These are people who are just enabling you. That's it. Enabling you. Get you people like iron sharpens iron. Put people in your life that's going to push you for, like, I'm going to do this. You can do this. Challenge each other. Push. Because ultimately, we do it together because they help others. That's it. Because they are the least, the lost, the left out, and the last. They're out there. They're out there. They're out there. They don't hear these little voices. They don't hear Dr. Jamal and myself talking on this podcast. But you do. And you can do something about it. You know it's something out there. To my white friends who call me and like when it's injustice about black people. And they're like, what can I do? I was like, do what you would do. Like I always tell you, you know something's wrong, then do something about it. Say something. Stand up for justice. Susan, don't be quiet. Don't look the other way. Say something. Do something. And we challenge each other. Just like with our success. Challenge each other. Push. And so I surround myself with these young people who push. Dr. Jamal who push. John Moody out there who push. Other people out there who push. Keisha Gibson Carter who push. We all push. We push each other. Because if you're not pushing each other and making each other better, sharpening each other, you're in a cage. It's not a circle. You're in a cage. You are in a cage. And so therefore, you need each other. I have learned more about social. I've talked more this last year with Dr. Brown, social implications in society and understanding and learning and all that. I come back, Doc, did you know this? Doc, did you know that? Like, yeah. I'm like I just found religion. Iron sharpens iron. ISI. Push each other. Help each other. And watch us as a community. Because when the tide comes in, all the ships go up. That's just all.
That's what we're talking about. And again, this wonderful segment of Runtown that y'all now got the background. So while we do what we do, y'all see us next month also with the segments. Coach Sam Carter. And so we're closing out. We should tell y'all have a good week. Oh, and what's going to happen on January 26th at the Armstrong Ballroom, which is open to the public. There's a dinner for the MLK celebration at Georgia Southern University Armstrong campus, in which I'll be the speaker. I'm talking about Dr. King. No more King. Some of y'all heard me talk about no more King last week on the segment of Runtown that, but we're going to take it to another level. No more King. And then also, you will have Attorney Francis Johnson up at the Statesboro campus talking also. So again, 6 p.m., January 26th. We see y'all next week.
Be there.
On the segment of Runtown that. So 7 o'clock in the house. Bam.